I wanted to start off by asking about some of the work that you've been engaged in the IAB's Digital Video Committee.
So today is kind of a big day for the Digital Video Committee and the 150 companies that participate in it, in that we release publicly the VPAID specification. We love our acronyms, so what is VPAID? VPAID is the Video Player Ad Interface definition. Yes?
Sounds right.
Ari will tell you more about it a little bit, but is a great benefit to the advertising video ecosystem in the digital space. And it's really the culmination of 12 to 18 months of work where the Digital Video Committee has really tried to address the infrastructure, the underpinnings, the interoperability among vendors, buyers, and sellers in the digital video space to really remove a lot of the barriers to buying and selling activity that have existed, where in the display advertising space on the internet, there's been very few barriers, frankly, for a long, long time. Back in the late 90s, people figured out, oh, you could put a redirect to put another ad server's call into your web page and everything would work, and there's billions of dollars that move that way. Not so much in the video space. Everybody's player, you have to crack open Flash code, you have to crack open really complicated code to get video ads to play in environment A, B, C, D, and E. And the work the Video Committee has done most recently with VPAID and VAST has really tried to create a standard there so that a vendor or an agency can create meet one requirement, one spec, and have it run in a whole lot of places.
This past year, the IAB announced the 2008 Internet advertising revenues, and digital video increased, more than doubled, from 324 million to 735 million, which is really incredible growth and really only the beginning. What do you attribute a lot of that growth to, and where do you see it going in the space?
Yeah, well, the growth has really been incredible. Video grew faster than any other medium, interactive medium, search, display, rich media, etc. And there's an enormous amount of demand, and in a sense it's compressed demand because there's more demand than can actually be executed because of a lot of difficulties in the marketplace, and that's been a lot of the impetus for the work of the Video Committee, from standard setting, reporting standards, interactive standards in terms of how the players work, like Joey was mentioning, and just a whole host of other fundamental activities that took place in the interactive space 6 or 7 years ago, took place in the television space 30 or 40 years ago, and in the online video space are really just happening now.
What advice would you give to a marketer who had never sort of tapped into digital video, who is going to start utilizing it for the first time? What would either of you, from your perspectives, give as some advice?
Well, I'm going to look at that question through the lens of what the Video Committee is doing. And when a marketer's goal most often is, one of their many goals, is to find a lot of reach. They're trying to find the right users wherever they can find them. And their buys tend to be, they're trying to do that. They're trying to buy in places where they get the right reach to the right consumers. Today, when they do digital video buys, they often, by virtue of the complexity around digital video, tend to have to go to one company, one location to do that buying, right? Whether it's through a network or it's through another large aggregator of some kind. What I'd say, give advice to those companies that are entering the space, is make sure that whoever you're looking at to do your video ad serving and buying has this kind of interoperability in mind. Because what is that going to fuel in the end? That's going to let them find the right audience that you're trying to reach, instead of taking more of a shotgun approach to using one single source. Because if they have this interoperability in mind, an environment that uses VAST and VPAID and these other standards, they'll be able to reach a lot more places a lot more efficiently than they would otherwise.
Yeah, and I'll add to that, just adding to the kind of generic advice for any advertising campaign, which is know the audience you want to reach, know what you're trying to measure, know what you're trying to accomplish, have the creative match the media. So, go back a couple of years, and really the impetus for going online with video for many people was you could take your TV ads and just put them online, get that audience. And what we discovered was that 30-second TV commercials were too long. And there's still conversations at this conference about how we need more shorter form commercials. And yes, we all agree, you need more shorter form commercials. It's time to have 15-second commercials or smaller. And if you don't, well, you should reconsider how you're going to approach the medium creatively. Because
you need more engaging commercials. I
absolutely.
think is the lesson. Absolutely. You know, what folks like, you know, Pool are testing, what Pepsi showed this morning, right? These are all things that show it's about the creative, right? And if it's just shovelware from the creative you built, even if it was built for the Super Bowl, and it's the best creative, you know, that we've ever seen, and wins every award in the book, it's still going to be seen as an interruption to a user's experience, but by many users, right? So you need to engage, you need to connect with that audience in a way that you probably don't think about having to do in your broadcast commercials.